Hey, this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com, and I'm always excited to discover a new developer and a new instrument. And today we're going to take a look at the Ashen Scoring Cello from Wavelet-Audio. And it is a very interesting instrument that captures the beauty, the rawness, and grittiness of the solo cello in a way that I've not heard quite before. And it's perfect for underscoring and cinematic type of things. And so let's dive right in and take a look. So here we go. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and click on those notifications because I don't want you to miss anything. So the Ashen Scoring Cello comes in 2 NKIs. It's also compatible with the free Kontakt player as well. So that's a good thing to know. So you've got the Scoring Cello and then you've got the Performance Designer that we're going to get into. We're going to take a look at both of these. You have 12 articulations and you have different ways of controlling them. You have legatos and that type of thing. So let's just take a listen. We're going to start with sustain and work our way down. I'm going to make sure legato is on. Now, the first time that I heard the Ashen Scoring Cello, I thought it was just kind of really kind of straight and almost too harsh. But one of the things that they're going for a little harshness. They're going for a little grit. And so you have 3 different tone types and type 1, 2, and 3. So that was type 1. I can actually control the vibrato with the expression pedal. And then also the mod wheel controls the amount of reverb. Isn't that nice? And so type 2, let's take a listen to the type 2. It's a little more beefy. Type 3. And it sounds to me like type 3 has got the most overtones and grit to it. So I have it in legato mode right now, and you have different types of legato. You've got faster legato for when you're playing faster lines. And then you have a staccato overlay, which I think is really cool. So you can play slow and sustained notes, or you can just dig into them with those real nice short staccatos. And I think it's above velocity 119 is when that staccato kicks in. So you've got up to 4 dynamic layers and 8 round robins. So you can hear in some of those staccato patches, you can hear those different samples kick in. And then you have legato slower. And let's go back to type 1. That's very nice. Okay, so let's go on to the Sol Ponticello. There we go. And this is like real close to the bridge. And yeah, there it is. There's that grit. Yeah, that's crazy. And then you can go solo legato, or you can play a chord. So here we go. Yeah, that is just, that's raw. I guess, you're going to hear the same adjectives, you can't help it because it's what it just brings out. Just grit and just amazing. Because sometimes you need that particular color in your palette. Sometimes you can't use a pretty string sound all the time. Sometimes you need something with a little rawness and edge to it, and that's exactly what this library is all about. Okay, so let's go back to the sustains. I want to let you hear what the chord sounds like with that. And you can get it to sound pretty. That's really nice. And you hear the bowing and all of that stuff going on, and it makes it really, really nice. So we've got sustains, the solo ponticello, and now the spiccato. So let's take a listen. Yeah, that's really cool. Just, again, grit and raw, it's wonderful. You've got different solo modes. And it switched to type 3 to give you those extra overtones and that type of thing. You've got different types of attack, short release, and then infinity release, and long attack. It's nice. It's nice. Okay, and now you have the solo ponte spiccato, where it's real close to that bridge again, real nice and gritty. You can't help but kind of play some of those running types of things with this. And with that grit, with that angst and power, it just communicates something really, really different. So you've got harmonics. Very fragile and very delicate. All of these have different releases. Yeah, thanks for joining me. This is a lot of fun discovering a new instrument, and I kind of like the little subtle animation there. It's really interesting. Okay, so now here is FLAUTANDO, and this has been sort of like a favorite articulation that's just coming to the top, and nice and delicate. I'm going to put it back on type 1 with a mid-release, and you've got that reverb. I'm going to crank that reverb up just a little bit more, and let's hear the FLAUTANDO. It just puts you in all kinds of different moods, the different articulations and the tones. The tones just kind of set the moods and the atmosphere. It's like you have the performer sitting here playing, because it just feels so natural to go through these things and to follow where the melody and the sounds are taking you. Okay, so now we've got the pizzicato. Very cool. Then every one of these you've got the different perspectives and tone, and you've got the different releases. That's the infinity. Yeah, really cool. Okay, so credit card was kind of cool. So now listen to this. So they're playing this cello with the credit card, and it just really creates a cool effect. So let's take a listen. Yeah, that's pretty cool, and it just gives you that attack, almost like a pick. Really cool. Type 2. Let's check out the Type 2. Yeah, just a little beefier. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we've got open strings. Really cool. Wow. Different releases, short releases on the open strings, and mid and long. That's the other thing I like about when developers are consistent. So with all of these articulations, you have the tones, the different releases, and sometimes with some of the shorts, you have different attacks in in the attacks and the releases too. So it just gives you consistency. You know what you're going to get when you get into those. Okay, so let's look at the tremolo. And here you have, again, you have legato mode. And the cool thing is that it's not necessarily synced, it's not synced to tempo. You can learn the speed of the tremolo, and I just assigned it to the expression pedal. So that just gives you another area of expression. And since it's not necessarily synced to tempo, it gives you a little freedom to adjust that. Yeah. And so octaves, 8VA. So check this out. This is... I just call that like a cello power chord, you know. Very cool. And then again you have the different tone types. Let's just do type 3. Yeah, you hear that coming out there. Yeah, just right there. Yeah. So you've got legato mode here. And faster legato. Yeah, that's crazy. And then last but not least, we have percussion. And they have this mapped across the keyboard. Just different scrapes and just different. And then you have these percussion. You've got those transposed and sampled. Yeah, just crazy stuff. So now what the Performance Designer does, it gives you 5 different slots that you can assign different performances. It's a performance designer, so we're going to work with all of these different performances, improvisations and different motifs and effects, percussion, and they all will play together and create some really cool starting points. So let's just look at the presets. I'm just going to open up the first preset, Embrace, and you can see they have the beats per minute there, and so we're going to load that, and you can see here what each slot is going to load, and we're going to close that. And then once again you have the key switches here, and the key switches are interesting because the blue keys actually will trigger the individual parts from starting at this D and then going up the scale, it'll just play the part. The part is assigned. So that way you can kind of perform along with the performance designer. Now when you hit the C, the red key switch here, it will play all of them simultaneously. So here we go. So you can see how those parts fit together. Another cool thing is you have a little die that is right there next to the trash can to remove a part. You also can solo and mute parts as well. And then the little arrows will let you cycle through the parts. You can see the categories and the names. You have, let's see, so I'm going to just play this first part here. So you have a stereo widener, then you have a low pass filter. Yeah. And then pitch shift. So you can go octaves here, and then you pan and overall volume. But what the dice will do is it will generate a random part. So let's just go and click through these. So I'm going to go boom, boom, and there we go. So now let's play it and see what happens. And that's cool because sometimes it doesn't work out so well, so that kind of is cool, and that just keeps you really. It just gives you some really cool randomization, and you know, sometimes you'll find something very unexpected that's really cool, like we did just now. So let's go down here to these key switches now. You'll see that this note is okay. Yeah. So these will chromatically pitch shift the loops and the performances. So you can perform these and shift them. You can assign the key switches, and the keys are down here, but a lot of times I'll use my nano key and I'll assign those to these really way deep key switches. So very cool. Let's just load another one of these performances here. Decision. Now you can see here it only loads 3 slots. So let's check it out. Yeah. So it's in C, go to F. Yeah. Yeah, you can see how you can change the key. Sometime, yeah, yeah. And you can just trigger these individually, so you can kind of build it up. But like I always say, it's about the performances. It's about the player, and you get the attitude of the player with this library. And different libraries will have, of course, different musicians, different players, and each one will bring to it something totally unique. And so with the Ashen Scoring Cello, you're getting something that's unique from this particular player. These performances are unique to them. And what they're bringing to this is really a lot of interesting grit and power. So I'm going to go back to the to the main instrument here. Yeah, you can just go nuts with all of these different things. It just gives you so many different creative ways to explore. Now let's listen and see. I like that vibrato kicking in. And I want to thank Wavelet Audio for allowing me to experience Ashen Scoring Cello. And like I said, if it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and click on notifications. All the links are going to be down in the description below. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to share another library with you very soon. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.